Hi, this is Tom. Welcome to my channel. I wanted to show some things from Gemini 3 Pro. So the first one here is a chart, and this is a coffee chart. It's got both Spanish and English, and the leading countries that consume coffee by number of cups per day. And you got nice little images here and fun facts and so on. And this was a zero shot from this prompt that I got from Claude. So I just asked Claude for things that Nano Banana could do well and ran some of these prompts. So I've got one on a coffee one, did a couple of this was a cosmological chart. This was one comparing different religions. And here I did some posters. And look how good these are. Just amazing. Look how clear this is. And then here's a Batman poster. And another Batman poster, which these ones, yeah, I'm just asking Claude to give me some prompts, and and Claude has gotten better too. I think the competition is helping. It did this really quickly. Just said it's 10 Nano Banana Pro prompts optimized for what it does best, and came up with some of these images. The main thing I wanted to show is an app that I'm working on, which is, this is all AI driven. So AI is within the browser. So I'll show where this came from, the idea came from. I have an app like right here where it has a hub of hubs. You could say this is a hub that has war hubs, and then each war hub has battle hubs. So you click on a war, and then it's got the battles for that war. And here this has more functionality than the other one that I'll show, which is you can, like I could put in, for example, 1942, and this will show the battles that were in 1942. And different ways that you can, like I can put Pacific, now it's got the battles in 1942 in the Pacific, and so on. You can drill down. Okay, so that's the basic idea here. And what I want to show is that if I go to my repository, so the repository, here are the files that I have for World War II. So I've got World War II here. This is the main hub, this WW2 hub, and then I got all of these battles for World War II. You can see there's a bunch of them. So, and I actually did this with Cloud Code, to where I had Cloud Code create all of the battles and write them all out. And that's pretty cool technology too. But what I'm doing here, and this is revolutionizing the way that I'm going to work on web apps, is I only have 3 files for all of that. And it's actually 3 files for all of the battles, not just the World War II ones. And I'll show this here. So the 3 files are, there's, let me refresh this. There's an AS war hub, war room. So that's a hub of hubs. War hub, that's for each individual war, and then war battle. So just these 3 files are going to drive out everything that I just showed. And I'll go there. I'm going to show this. So let me go right here. So this is the war room, and I've created 4 battles so far. So if I go to World War II, there's 2 battles. There's the Battle of Britain, and you can see how quickly that came up because I've already done it. And you can drill down to it, these different accordions. to get different items from the battle. Here we got a timeline. So this is a really nice way that you can quickly learn about a battle, and in a few minutes you can get the high points. Right. So this is the Battle of Britain, and I've got one on the Battle of France. It's got the same idea. Now, if I do a new battle, so let me do like, let's see, what do I want to do? Let's do Poland. So Poland. All right. So I'll do the Battle of Poland. So this should pull up the battle that started the war in 1939. And then you can see how quickly it does this, because it should be just finishing up there. That's very, very quick. And so it just created this on the fly. And here we've got 1939. We've got the timeline of events. And now if I go back to, and it's got the sources that are used to do this. And if I go back to the WW2 hub, here we go, World War II command, the War Hub, you see now there was 3 battles. There was just 2, but now I've got 3. And let's go to, I'm going to create a new battle, or sorry, a new war. So here's the war room. So I'll do the Mexican-American War. Okay, so you see I don't have that yet. And I'll open the command dashboard. Oh, let me make sure I spell that right. So Mexican-American War, right? Open command dashboard. Okay, so now we've got this, the Mexican-American War, and I'll put in the Alamo. I'll say the Alamo. Okay, and launch. Okay, so now it's going to create. Okay, very good. All right, so I made a mistake, and that is I put in the wrong battle. All right, so it says this topic is outside the operational theater of the Mexican-American War. It took place during the Texas Revolution, which predates the Mexican-American War by a decade. All right, so that shows my ignorance of that war. Now, if we go back, I'm going to go back. And you see it says access denied. All right. So that's how it handles if you make a mistake here. So let me find an actual battle. Battle of Mexican-American War. Okay, so key battles were the Battle of Palo Alto. So let me put in an actual battle here. So Battle of Palo, is it Alto? Is that what it said? Battle of Palo Alto. Yes, that's right. Okay, and now I'll launch. Okay, so now it will create the Battle of Palo Alto using this scheme that we have lined up, this look and feel. So here we've got the strategic content, context, combat overview. It's got the commanders and so on. We've got the timeline of events. All right, and then I've got my start for the Mexican-American War. Now this access denied thing, I can just delete this. So I'll say yes. Now that's gone. So I can come back to the war room, and now you can see it added the war, and you can add the battles for the war. So I think this is really, really neat. And I'll explain briefly how this works. And I think in another video I can go in detail about how to actually do this. But the way that it works is it uses the browser. So the browser has a capacity called local storage to be sort of a mini database to save all of this stuff here that it's creating. So that's how, when I go to the Civil War for example, when I click on a battle, how I can pull this up so quickly is because it's reading it from the browser. And the same thing with the wars. This is all information, this one that I just did for the Mexican-American War. This is in the browser, so that's why that's so fast. And then when I created a new battle, then you can see that's fast. I haven't timed it, but it seemed like maybe 10 seconds, something like that, which is crazy how just all of this technology is amazing. Because you've been able to do this sort of thing for quite a long time, and I tried to do this months ago, like maybe 7 months ago, I want to say, something like that. And maybe even longer than that, and it could be done, but it was really, really tedious. It was slow. It was hard to do. You had to have server-side logic, and now you can do everything in the client super fast, super easy, and also it's free, at least for the time being. Google is giving you free tokens, I guess you could call it, for you to use. To do these apps, and if it runs over the limitation, it just says you've hit the limit. There's no penalty for it. And even when it's not free, I think it's for 3 months, I think they're letting you use free tokens. It's only like 25 cents an hour or something like that, and probably go down in 3 months, be less than that. So this is amazing technology, really, really nice to work with. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to go into more detail on how you can set up something like this. But I'll just say, for example, quickly, that the AI is smart enough to where you can configure what these categories are. So I just did this for wars and battles, but it could be for any subject that you're interested in, and just configure these categories to match the subject that you're interested in. Really, really cool stuff. Well, thanks for watching, and until next time.